So I've been involved with a lot of activist work since I was young. Since I was like 12, 13, I was writing articles about injustices in the education system. And what I thought, and it all boiled down to the fact that there are so many gaps within our traditional mainstream education system that it can't simply be reformed again. It has to be thought of in a more imaginative and more radical way. And so teachers and like students need to be working together to achieve this. And there's like the pandemic has highlighted so many flaws within the education system already. Like for example, teachers' unions not being listened to, students are not being listened to. I feel like in the pandemic we asked them to have an elected youth minister with the government so many times, and they kept sidelining young people. And I was on a consultation a few months back with the Prime Minister's representatives about young people education and how they cope with COVID. And when I was expressing my thoughts on how I feel like young people have been ignored and being basically treated as economic commodities, basically. And it's all sort of like a business transaction. There's no consultation with young people. It's all about, okay, we're talking about young people without actually talking to them, and even when we're trying to talk to them, we're not actually listening to what they're saying. We're listening to respond and not listening to actually, create a change with them. And so I feel like the current education system just prioritizes, standardization, conforming over creativity and imagination. And then we only perceive ourselves based on what society's expectations of what schooling and what education should be, where arts has been, pushed to a side. There's a rapid decline in opportunities for young people, a rapid decline in the effective collaboration that can take place, and young people are not being developed as whole individual confident beings who can actually make a difference to the world. And so that was basically my main motivation for any activist work that I'm doing, or anything that I'm like, public speaking on education system. And that's essentially why I joined People Power.